Good morning. A Spanish non-profit organisation said yesterday that the number of migrants who died or were reported missing whilst trying to reach Spain was 2,390 last year, a decrease on 2021, but in line with the past 5 years. Walking Borders said the figure included 288 women and 101 children. Some 1,784 of the migrants died whilst trying to reach the Canary Islands by boat, it said. But the migrant rights group also raised alarm over the invisibility of an increasingly popular route from Algeria to the Mediterranean coast. At least 464 people died trying to reach Europe on this route in 2022, it said. The International Organization for Migration, which only uses official figures, has said the 2,556 people lost their lives trying to reach Europe as a whole last year, of whom 1,126 were on the Western African and Atlantic route and 260 in the Western Mediterranean. Illegal overland arrivals at Spain's border points with Morocco and the enclaves of Ceuta and Melilla rose 24.1%. Comandante Fronteras put the death toll from a notorious border incident on June 24th at 40 people. Previous reports gave the number of dead as 23. Madrid's Conservative regional government has unveiled a new tax break intended to attract overseas investment and act as a counterweight to the fiscal policies of the central government. The move sets up a clash between Spain's wealthiest region and Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez's government ahead of regional elections in May and a general election expected at the end of the year. Under the regional plan, foreigners or expatriate Spaniards will be able to deduct 20% of the value of their investments in real estate or financial assets from their income tax bill. The regional government is introducing the measure because it is worried about the possible impact the new tax on large fortunes will have on overseas investment. Last year, Sanchez's government introduced a temporary wealth levy on people with assets worth at least €3 million. Spain and Portugal have formally requested an EU approval to extend the temporary Iberian cap on prices for natural gas used by power plants. The EU Commission is receptive to the request, a spokesperson said, adding technical work was to follow to assess this possible extension. And the Ford Motor Company has announced the opening of a new solar power plant at its assembly plant in Valencia that the automaker says will help it achieve carbon neutrality across its Europe operations by 2035. The manufacturer also says it intends to sell only zero-emissions vehicles in Europe by 2035. The Almusafes plant, which currently manufactures Cougar, Transit Connect, Tornado Connect and S-Max models, is slated to produce Ford's future electric vehicles. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.